Welcome to Vital Life Stories. Today we explore a timeless tale about the mysteries of fate and the power of equanimity. In a humble village nestled between misty mountains lived an old farmer named Adam, known for his poverty and his peace. While his neighbors spent their days chasing wealth and worrying about the future, Adam lived in a state of constant calm. Adam possessed only one thing of true value: a magnificent white horse named Max, a creature admired by everyone who saw him. To Adam, Max was not merely a beast of burden or an asset, but a loyal friend and a beloved companion. One day, a wealthy merchant arrived in the village, captivated by the horse's beauty and determined to buy it at any cost. He offered a massive fortune, enough gold to ensure that Adam would never have to work a single day again. To everyone's utter shock, Adam refused the offer, stating softly that he could not sell a friend for any amount of money. The villagers gathered around, mocking the old man, calling him a fool for choosing poverty when wealth was right in his hands. Adam simply looked at them without anger, secure in his choice, understanding that true wealth is not always measured in gold coins. Time passed quietly until one dark night a storm rolled in, and the stable door was accidentally left unlatched by mistake. The next morning, the stable stood empty. Max had vanished into the mountains, leaving Adam with nothing but an old wooden shed. The neighbors arrived quickly, shaking their heads and declaring that this was a terrible curse for his refusal to sell. They laughed and said, "You old fool, now you have no money and no horse. This is surely the worst luck possible." Adam replied calmly, "Do not speak so quickly. The horse is simply not here. That is the only fact we know." He explained that whether this is a curse or a blessing, no one can say yet, for we only see a fragment. Weeks went by, and the villagers eventually forgot about the old man's loss, returning to their own busy and noisy lives. Then one afternoon, a thunderous sound shook the valley floor. Max had returned, galloping down from the wild mountain peaks. He was not alone. He brought with him 5 strong wild horses, a gift from the freedom of the high mountains. The villagers were astonished. They surrounded Adam, exclaiming that he was now the luckiest man in the entire village. They said, "You were right, old man. The loss was actually a blessing in disguise. Now you are rich with horses." Once again, Adam remained peaceful. He told them not to judge so fast, for this is merely another fragment of the story. He said, "Simply say that the horse has returned with others. Whether it is a blessing or a curse, we cannot know." Adam had a brave son named Daniel, who took it upon himself to train the wild horses for riding and work. But these horses were wild and fierce. One afternoon, while training a particularly strong stallion, a terrible accident occurred. Daniel was thrown to the rocky ground, resulting in a severely broken leg that would leave him unable to walk for months. The neighbors returned, their faces long with pity. They declared that the horses were a curse that brought tragedy to the family. They said, "If the horses had never come, your son would be healthy. This is surely a terrible stroke of bad luck." Adam sighed and spoke softly, urging them to stop judging. He said, "My son has a broken leg. That is all." He reminded them that life is vast and complex. No one knows if this accident is a tragedy or a saving grace. A few weeks later, the country went to war with a neighboring kingdom. Military officials arrived to conscript every able young man. Panic spread through the village as sons were torn from their families, destined for a brutal battle that few would survive. When the officers came to Adam's house, they looked at Daniel's injury and immediately deemed him unfit for military service. they left him behind, marching away with the other young men. Daniel was safe solely because of his broken leg. The village was filled with weeping and sorrow, but Adam's home remained a sanctuary of peace and gratitude amidst the chaos. With tears in their eyes, the neighbors finally understood. The event they thought was a curse had actually saved his son's life. Life is an endless series of events, woven together in a complex tapestry that our limited human minds cannot fully comprehend. What appears to be a terrible misfortune today may actually be the seed of a great blessing waiting to bloom tomorrow. Conversely, what seems like a stroke of luck might lead to challenges that test our spirit and shape our true character. Like Adam, we must learn to walk through the storms and the sunshine with the same steady heart and peaceful mind. Time is the only true narrator of our stories. It reveals the hidden purpose behind every twist and turn we face. Do not be too quick to judge your current situation. Hold your conclusions lightly and allow the story to unfold naturally. Trust that the universe has a rhythm. Even in the darkest moments, there is a path leading toward the morning light. Be grateful for what is, without clinging to what you think should be. This is the secret to true inner freedom. The old farmer Adam taught us that peace does not come from controlling life, but from accepting its flow with grace. So when you face your next challenge, remember the farmer, the horse, and the sun. Remember that we never know everything. May you find the strength to trust the journey, embracing both the joy and the sorrow as essential parts of life. Thank you for watching Vital Life Stories. If this story touched your heart, please share it to spread the wisdom further.